Okay, this is an inbounds play called Stagger. It is called Stagger because we have a staggered screen here between our two interior players. Depending on what side the ball starts is to where the stagger will be. So the stagger between the interior players will be on the ball side, just off or on the elbow of the free throw line. We have our two perimeter players, lined up across pretty much in line with those screens. All right, we have our other perimeter player inbounding the ball. The first player to cut will be the furthest from the ball, and they will set their player up to pretty much run off three screens. And they'll be curling towards the ball, trying to get this pass in here for an easy layup. That's our first scoring options. As soon as this player has come off, the next perimeter player will start their cut as well, and they'll be running the same route. If the first player doesn't get it, they will keep continuing their cut through to the opposite corner. As the second cutter comes through, all right, we're still looking for that same pass in. Now, if the defender goes underneath the screen, when we may pop out to a shooting position here, but ideally we're going through, and from that position, we would push the one to the wing and end up in the corner. The last action would be that the 4 will dive towards the ball and the 5 will pop out over the top. Wherever the ball is passed to, whether it's the first two cutters or into these two interior players, the 2 will fill in behind the ball on the same side that they passed. Unless the original cutter, the second cutter, if they filled this spot here because the player cheated on the screen, the inbounder would run through to the opposite corner. From that position, you can see we're moving into that normal flow action where we can reverse the ball and run our 3-side action on the other side of the floor here. All right. So if we go back to the start, we would have our inbounder with the ball. We would have our interior players setting that staggered double, and our 2 perimeter players on the outside. So the action is first player goes through and away. Second player will come off looking for that, but may pop for a shooting position here. That forces the original cutter to move to the wing and the second cutter to the baseline. We have our 4 diving to the ball, and we have our 5 lifting to the top. Wherever we pass, the inbounder goes behind the ball, and we look to set up our 3-side, 2-side action for our flow offense.